بكم في حلقة أخرى من برنامج لقاء عمل في إكسبو. بات معرض إكسبو 2020 دبي شغل العالم بأسره بما يضم من معروضات غاية في الأهمية. هذا الميدان الرحب شامل الفضاءات التفاعلية لمساحات للأداء، ساحات للابتكار، شامل أيضا العروض الفنية والتكنولوجية والمعمارية التي تقام يوميا هنا. جناح روسيا العملاق هذا يعكس ماضي وحاضر الدب الروسي، لكنه يحدد مساراته المستقبلية أيضا. حلقتنا اليوم من لقاء عمل في إكسبو اخترنا هذا الجناح الذي يتميز بهذه القبة الضخمة المغطاة بخيوط من أنابيب عملاقة زاهية الألوان. ينسجم شعار جناح الروس عقل مبدع يقود المستقبل مع الشعار الذي اختارته دبي لنسختها من إكسبو ليؤكد أن روسيا مصدر إبداع لا ينضب. الجناح استلهم تصميمه من أبطال سلسلة الرسوم المتحركة فيكسيز الشهيرة، جذاب بألوانه وشكله الخارجي. أما المضمون فسنكتشفه مع ضيوفنا، والبداية مع المفوض العام السيد أليكسي فلاديميروفيتش غروزديف. Good morning, Mr. Gruzdev. How are you?
Fine.
How's everything?
Fine, thank you very much.
Joyful morning with all this music, right?
Yes, it's a big delight to have,
It's an Arabic
here.
song.
Yeah.
Thank you for welcoming us in your pavilion. You just came from Russia, from Moscow. Should I dare and ask, how is the weather there?
It's fine, but it's snowing and freezing, so it's a big difference what we see here in Dubai, welcoming us with sunny weather and joyful morning.
The winter decided not to come this year. Well,
but if you wish, we can bring it.
Please. I will be very thankful if you do. Mr. Gruzdev, you have in Expo one of the most iconic pavilion in Expo. Why did you choose something very round, very colorful, joyful? What is the message?
The message is creativity. It was our hidden commitment. We wanted to bring something very special from Russia to Expo 2020 in Dubai. We are partners with the organizing committee and we wanted to contribute as much as we can to this Expo to ensure that it will be at maximum level and very successful.
Russia also participated in other expos before. What is distinguished about this participation?
Russia is a very committed member of the BIE and been in this movement since the very beginning, 1851, from the first Expo in London.
In the Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Wow.
So every time we brought something new in terms of innovations, developments, but this time we decided to have a more global approach, and thus we decided to coincide with the main theme of the Expo 2020 in Dubai, connecting minds, creating the future, and our theme sounds like creative mind, driving the future. So that is why you see this pavilion with very colorful, with very special design, with these pipelines and intersections and junctions. The main idea is that every human being is very creative by his nature, and creativity, it has developments in different sectors, in music, in culture, in technical cooperation, in innovations.
Yeah.
That is creativity. You create something new to develop. And that is the main idea. Why is it here, this many lines, intersections?
Yes.
It represents Russia. Russia is a very diverse country. We have more than 190 nations of different confessions, different culture, background, and different history. But all of them living together, like these pipelines with intersections, junctions, in unity and harmony. That is the main message. So that is the idea of Russia. So different, so creative, but very innovative and new.
Beautifully done.
And another idea is, if you see these domes and hemispheres,
yeah,
it somehow symbolizes the very well-known throughout the world Russian Matryoshka doll. It's a nesting doll. You have the one big,
I have it.
but when you open one, there's something hidden inside. So that means that we are very picturesque from outside, from the exterior, but when you go inside, you find something even more amazing. That is the main idea of the pavilion.
Let me give you my interpretation as well. When I moved here in Expo, and of course from anywhere you see the pavilion, because it's very attractive, it's very colorful. You are in the mobility pavilion. And Russia as a nation is the first nation to reach the moon, as the Soviet Union, of course, at that time. I don't know why I connected the moon with this, to the mobility, to the joyful that you brought to humanity after reaching the moon. This is my interpretation. So I think you opened so many interpretations for this pavilion for the people and the visitors.
That was the idea, for the visitors to have their own interpretation, their own vision, and most of them are correct.
Yeah.
So that's
it's one of them, yeah, and you gave your interpretation. Russia participated in Expo with so many companies here, not only with the pavilion, but in Expo. What are those companies and how is their added value to Expo?
number of companies. The most idea was not only to have a good design, but to have a very good sense inside and show that through diversity, through creativity, we can establish cooperation, collaboration, open for the world. So that is why we have companies inside, the leading companies like Rosatom. It's our state nuclear agency, and we promote sustainability through nuclear technology. We have Russian Technologies Corporation that unites more than 700 industrial enterprises in different sectors, and we present the new technologies, digital technologies, composites, all other civil aviation, and you can see it all there in the pavilion. We have also creative industry and creative economy, a new driver of today's development in different sectors. It's arts, it's culture, but it's also new innovations. It's also creativity, creative economy and services. And more and more now, to bring other companies, we organize a two-day economic forum. Russia driving the future.
Yes.
It will start on December 3rd and end up on December 4th when we have the National Day. And our Prime Minister, Mr. Mishustin, will guide and head the delegation of Russian Federation to Expo on this special occasion.
You are bringing Russia from the cultural aspect to the political aspect to the business aspect to the economic to Dubai. What are you looking for?
We're looking for opportunities. We're looking for real practical cooperation. We have a very good basis with the United Arab Emirates in different sectors, including civil aviation, and we have joint projects including developing helicopters and unmanned vehicles. We have orders. The world known already our car, the first in the modern Russian developed car, like a limousine, like Senate, a sedan.
It's electric?
No, but
okay,
one of the developments is a hybrid. And the next development, the next generation would be a hydrogen.
Okay.
So we're going just...
Getting the path very fast, going to the hydrogen.
So then we have, of course, biotech and pharmaceuticals as another priority and investment. We have a long-standing partnership with Mubadala, and we've established a joint fund with the Russian Direct Investment Fund, and Mubadala co-invested in Russia, and their portfolio now exceeds $3 billion already.
The relationship between Russia and UAE, grew stronger and stronger over the years. When I read that the bilateral trade was $3.3 billion in 2020, but it grew 78% compared to 2019, correct? And this is during pandemic. How did this happen?
Really driven by the business and the good relations, and I wouldn't say perfect relations on the governmental level. And we were one of the first countries to establish diplomatic relations once the UAE was established 50 years ago, and my congratulations with this golden jubilee. And it took us only several days to get this bilateral agreement to establish diplomatic ties. And since then, we've explored every opportunity to develop cooperation. And yes, you're right, our turnover is increasing rapidly, and I believe that we will hit $5 billion this year, looking at this tendency. But there's a more ambitious goal to have it $10 billion. And I believe it's really a good sign of development. We look at the UAE as our partner in the region, and we propose not only trade. Trade is a traditional way. You sell something, you buy something, but we really looking forward to cooperation. And I've named some projects that we established joint ventures to develop to do R&D, to produce, and then also to explore the markets, and not only the mutual markets, but the third country markets as well.
What message and heritage definitely that will stay after this participation in Dubai 2020 that came after a very difficult time for the whole world actually due to the COVID?
First of all, I would like once again to congratulate our friends and partners in the UAE with this success. It's really it was a big challenge, but it's really a victory. It's really the holiday for all the participants nations, and it's the biggest expo in his history in terms of the participating nations. So Russian contribution is very vital, and what we would like to leave here as a heritage, as a legacy, our hope for open cooperation. That is what we're inviting all the nations to do. And also, looking at this event and this holiday, we're now bidding for Expo 2030 to have it in Russia, in Moscow. So we really would like to invite all the nations, and we really hope that we'll have this honor to meet all the nations in Russia in 2030.
So we'll have Osaka in 2025, and I will be bidding for you from now, 2030 in Russia, in Moscow, to discover the beauty of Russia.
Thank you. It's our dream that we hope it will come true.
Everything comes true when there are the willing, and I think you are a very strong nation to host this, and I will be invited there. Definitely. And I will discover it and I will film about it. Thank you so much for this interview. I will go and meet Dmitry. We'll talk about the fixes and the different events that you have here. Should we go inside?
Yes, please.
It's getting hotter and hotter.
Yes.
Dmitry, thank you for waiting for us in the Deluca. What is Deluca here? Why you wanted to wait for us here?
Deluca is our restaurant in the Russian Pavilion. It's a terrace, it's an open restaurant, and it's a very popular place now because people come to try traditional dishes that we cook in Russia. These are our traditional soups, like borscht, for example, some salads like dressed herring and pelmeni, blini, so all that we love in Russia and we want to share with the visitors.
And also the caviar.
Caviar, yes,
the
of course.
Caviar, the Russian caviar.
That's why it's called beluga, because beluga is a fish that gives the black caviar.
Okay.
And it's actually it's a symbol of Russian caviar.
Russia. It's very famous.
Yes.
Excellent. You know, when I went, I was actually with Commissioner General, and he just came from Moscow. Not the same weather at all, Dmitry. Here it's very hot and the sun is very shiny, so that's why we are wearing the sunglasses. And at the entrance, I saw the fixes. Fixes are cartoons. While I'm researching for this episode, I went on YouTube and I watched. I wanted to know what are they, and I don't know how the time passed by, and I watched 3 episodes, why they are so famous and why you chose to bring them here to the pavilion.
Fixes are mascots of our pavilion, and the theme of the Russian Pavilion is creative mind driving the future. Cartoons, animation is one of the creative industries in Russia, and that's why we made Fixes our mascots, so they represent the creative industry. And also, if you saw some series, these are tiny human-like creatures that teach children how to use different devices, how what is this, how they work. And the exposition in the Russian Pavilion is about science, about human brain, about the power of the human brain, about the scientific ideas that power this world and make everything that we have around. The topic of fixes is related to our main theme. So, because these tiny creatures, they teach children about technologies, about science.
Yeah, they are very informative and very cute as well, and somehow it is matching the joyful, colorful of this pavilion, that it has a lot of tubes. What are those tubes exactly? What are they made for? Because from outside it's beautiful and it is very filmable, if I may say, and it looks really nice on camera.
It's aluminium tubes. Initially, we planned to make these tubes made of, plastics with LED, but we realized it was not very sustainable.
Exactly.
And that's why we changed the concept. We use aluminium tubes, and in the evening we use poles around the pavilion to put the light on these tubes to make it look like it's shining. And it was very difficult to build. We used 46 kilometers of tubes. And since the shape of our pavilion is round.
It's very challenging.
Yes, because all the tubes, they have special radios. And we had to build a 3D model to distribute all these colors so that it looks good, and then to produce these tubes individually. And when they were brought in and installed, we had to adjust so that it looks smooth.
Not easy at all, not easy. What kind of activities? You have so many events happening in this pavilion. What did you decide to bring here during the 6 months?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a very extensive business program and cultural program. In our business program, we organize a lot of events on different topics. Most of these topics are related to creative industries, of course, because of our main theme.
Yeah.
We started our business program with the conference Russia Culture, where we invited representatives of Russian animation, cinema, museums, theater, architecture, and it was a general conference about the state of matters in Russia, if we talk about creative industries and art. We had a very interesting conversation about the space. We invited Mr. Rogozin, the head of our Roscosmos corporation. Also there are some cosmonauts from Russia. Sergei Krikalev came, and he also participated in the Expo Space Week. Also, we had some representatives of space startups, entrepreneurs that endeavor to try to build satellites. Sometimes, bright minds can do something, out of the box.
The culture. What did you want to bring from Russian rich culture and diverse, actually, to UAE and to this pavilion?
So in October we had 2 festivals. One on Dubai Millennium Amphitheater, another on Jubilee Stage. So the first was the Russian folk show. We brought dancers from different Russian regions that performed before the audience and gave them possibility to feel the spirit of our dances. The second one was very interesting. It was a kids festival. We brought talents from Russia, beautiful voices, and they had a great performance. It was very, energetic. So then, when Moscow city opened its exposition in December, they brought performers, street artists.
I think they were dancing around around the pavilion and in the streets, also next to other pavilion as well. You brought here Rigoletto. It is an Italian opera by the composer Giuseppe Verdi. Why you brought an Italian opera, let's say, to Russia?
Well, the performers were from Russia, from one of the most famous theaters of Russia. And, they just brought this play, but they performed this play, and the performers were Russian. And also wanted to show that Russia is
open.
Is open. We also convey the world culture. And if, for example, you come to Russia, you come to Moscow or St. Petersburg, you will be able to experience different cultures. If you go to the theater, you can attend opera or ballet,
True.
which were created not only by Russian composers or
It shows the diversity
yes,
of Russia.
it's diverse.
You visited many pavilions here, right? What pavilion did you visit?
Well, many pavilions, but not so many so far because of
You have a
intense
lot of work.
Yeah, but I visit, of course, the big pavilions like Mobility, Opportunity. I visit the pavilions of United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. I visit the pavilion of Japan and Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, some countries from the Caribbean, from Africa as well, Australia, New Zealand.
What is the message that you go out of this experience to have this attractive, iconic pavilion and to go all over the world in one space? What is the message that of this experience actually have?
The message is that Expo really connects the minds and also connects the hearts, because it's a unique place. You can travel all over the world, not leaving Expo site, because every country brings its culture, shows itself, it's specific, and you can walk around and feel the heartbeat of that particular country, how it displays itself, what it puts emphasis on, how it would like other people to perceive this country. And it's very unique. You can feel the difference. What is this? When you are sitting in at home, okay, of course you travel sometimes, yes, but you cannot travel all around the world.
All around the world in
yes,
few days.
yes, and you just look at the, some pictures on the TV, but you cannot talk to people.
Here you talk to them.
Yes,
inside the pavilion, they show you.
Yes, they show
with passion.
With passion. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's why people come to Expo from all over the world.
Yeah.
And they wait for this event.
Yeah.
Just to come to the next Expo and to see how. And it's also a great opportunity for a hosting country.
Yeah.
To show itself. Yeah. That's why Russia so much wants to win.
Our bid.
Yes, because Russia has never hosted Expo, and we want to show our country, to give opportunity to people, not to get information about the country only from the TV.
To come and visit.
Yes,
and
yes. And when we had the World FIFA Cup,
yes. It was an unbelievable experience. Very
yes,
well
and
organized.
also for us, because we had a lot of visitors, and they already had another vision of Russia.
True, that is true.
And then they come back after that for different purposes, for business, for tourism. But when they come back, they always remember, oh, I remember I was in Russia when there was a FIFA Cup. It was great. So
I wish you all the best and good luck in winning the bid for Russia 2030, hopefully. So now we'll visit Dmitry, the pavilion with Yekaterina, and she is waiting for me in the Fixie Cafe. Actually, we will try something, because this is a restaurant, but it opens at night. So we'll try something with Yekaterina in the Fixie Cafe. I love the Russian food, but we will try something there.
Honey cake is good.
Honey cake, okay, that's good. Let's try it. We can go together, actually. Yes. Yekaterina, hello. How are you? Thank you for waiting me here. You know, I'm being hooked in the world of the fixies. I just wanted to research. I was telling Dmitry I wanted to watch one episode to understand what is it, and I watched 3 episodes, and it's very funny and cute and informative and knowledgeable. And this is not for the kids, right? You didn't bring me to a kid cafe. I like it.
Yeah, I brought you to a family cafe. So it's dedicated to fixes because they're our mascots. So they are coming throughout the whole theme of our pavilion, and you can see them in the main exposition everywhere. We're going to see more of them.
It is a good idea. It is a very top-watched show in Russia, and now it has been translated to many other languages, and the mascots are pretty, and the people here will discover them more. If you don't know fixes, they will know it now. With this. It's really good. We are trying something?
Yes.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Well, we're going to treat you with some sirnikis, which is...
Sirnikis.
Yeah, it's like a classic breakfast food or dessert in Russia, which is made out of cottage cheese with some jam or sour cream or whatever you prefer.
Looking forward to it. I'm sure they are ready.
Yes, they are.
Hi. What's your name?
My name is Maria.
Maria. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. Yes. For both of us, thank you very much. Thank you, Maria. Everything is fine. Perfect. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you too. Thank you. So,
Sirniki.
And let's start.
Sure.
We'll take this one.
I'll take this one.
Okay. But of course, we need to dip it in.
Yeah, we need to dip it or add something.
This is not only breakfast or only breakfast.
It's a breakfast or it can be a dessert, like, you know, if you feel something like something sweet.
I like it, and I love the jam.
Yeah.
Very delicious, this one. Very good. So I know spasiba, that is thank you, and spasiba is all what I know. It starts in Russian. My vocabulary in language of Russia starts and ends with spasiba. So I think I should learn one more.
Well, we can start with hi.
Hi.
In Russian, hi is привет.
Привет.
Yeah.
Yekaterina.
Yeah,
Привет.
that's good. It's like a friendly, informal, something you would say, I don't know, when you come to work in the morning.
Привет. Hello. Very delicious.
I know. Honestly, that's my favorite breakfast. Like, you know, on a Sunday, when you have no rush. Yeah.
I feel full, but it's not really heavy.
Yeah. They're very fluffy.
Somehow.
Yeah.
There's one more. Should we share it? Because I want to eat it.
Go ahead if you want.
I'm really hungry. When we start the visit, where should we start from?
Right at the entrance, of course, you have the cafe here, but also we have the temporary expositions hall. So right now, for example, we have Moscow showcasing, you know, its development. You can see the flight over Moscow. And then, of course, the main exposition is on the third floor.
Yeah.
And I would say afterwards, on the way out, you have to stop by because we have one more thing to keep as a memory from our pavilion.
Excellent. Let's start.
Let's start.
It was very delicious. And we go. We start right or left?
We go to right.
Right.
We go to the temporary Moscow.
Okay. I feel there's echo here because of the dome.
Yes, yes. The sound of ricochet. Yeah. Yeah.
It is. The dome is huge. So this is to show Moscow.
Yes. To show the development, the achievements of Moscow, and of course the key thing is an opportunity to fly over Moscow on this bridge.
We can fly with this bridge?
Yes, this is the small temporary exposition to show the development and the achievements of Moscow, and you have an opportunity to learn more about it and stand on the bridge and actually fly over Moscow.
This is the bridge?
Yes.
Let's go over the... I would love to fly over Moscow.
We need to wait.
It will start.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the perception, I feel like I'm moving, but I'm not moving, I know.
That's the whole idea. It's like you're actually feeling like you are flying over it.
Those are the facade of the buildings of Moscow, very well known.
Yeah, the classic Moscow style design, yeah.
The architecture of Moscow is something
very
brilliantly amazing.
It has the Soviet Union heritage, and now it's getting mixed in with the, new modern design. So it's really a quite historical place. Yeah, the famous football stadium where you could see the FIFA.
The FIFA? Yeah, I talked to Dmitry about the World Cup when it was organized in Russia, and it is very well organized, and it changed actually the stereotype of Russia that we see from the media or the movies. And I love Moscow by night now. It's flying over Moscow in the evening.
No, the vibe of Moscow, the feeling in it is very unique. It's like I guess like any megapolis has its heartbeat. Moscow definitely has its own style and feeling.
This is a very simple concept, but it gives you an idea, a bridge and a screen, but with aerial views, but it is really great. Oh, fireworks!
You can really immerse into the feeling of the city, kind of feel like you're in there.
Exactly, very immersive experience. Thank you. That is a great experience.
Thanks. So, now we're going to see the main exposition.
Main exposition. Is it here or upstairs?
It's upstairs.
Upstairs. Let's go.
Let's go. So, here you can see the history of the USM stand. It tells about the vectors of the human development we have right now and the history behind it. We're talking about society, we're talking about science and ecology, and each infomercial text is supported by the animated picture made out of 60,000 LED lights.
Oh, so this is all made by LED lights?
Yeah, it's just the small lights that build together a big picture. Let's just choose something to see.
Yes, what should we see?
So we start with the first messages, and then we go on to the development of languages that was followed by
knowledges. Yes,
that people started to communicate between languages and learn each other's language.
Information, it comes here, all
now we came to the technology and exchange through the virtual talking and calling and messaging and WhatsApp and all of that.
So the story of the word through the LED, actually.
I believe it's one of the reasons why we were named the most Instagrammable pavilion.
I think so. Yeah. You are?
Yes, we are.
Really? You are?
Well, the whole room is full of backdrops and we're open for photos.
And very colorful as well.
Yes.
And, so this is
the Expo 2030 bid.
Oh, of course.
So that's why we had the Moscow exposition, because we wanted to show people that Moscow is a very welcoming place for all the guests.
And I think you showcased that you can organize major event when you succeeded in the World Cup.
Yes, indeed. And the goal of the exposition here is to kind of explain to people who've never been to Moscow and still hold some old stereotype that Moscow is actually not cold, the people are actually friendly, and we have all the technology and everything implemented in the city to host worldwide events.
I agree. So next is?
The next one is the Russia Creates Encyclopedia.
You have encyclopedia?
Yes.
I always thought it's a French thing.
No. So Russia
this is the one?
Yeah. So as our theme is creative industries, this encyclopedia is telling about different creative industries and key people from Russia that move it forward.
Medicine.
Yes. Medicine.
I like how I'm moving the pages.
Very COVID-friendly though.
Okay, yes. Touchless. Oh, I think this is his work?
Yes.
This is
his work. This is Pokraslan Pass's work.
Very nice. I think because it's similar to the calligraphy of the Arab word, the Arabic language.
Yes.
I understand now why Islam. I can move like this. This is the music part, so we have musician.
All the famous composers.
Oh, okay. I can move my hand every day, all the way. Literature.
Yeah, it's good. Moment. Medicine again.
Medicine again.
And here we have
The space. Okay. I like this. It's really very informative and funny as well. This is a show that starts. I have no idea what is it.
So this is a Rosatom show that is going to tell you about the stages of humanity development. And this is going to go with the participation, robo-hands, that symbolize kind of a human touch to everything. So, you know, throughout the era of Chinese development, the Egyptian era, and, you know, Da Vinci's works, and all the way, all the innovations that brought us here and everything that humans have created. And they're going to wake up about now.
Beautiful. So those also LED lights, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it's moving.
Yes.
It is.
So the robo hands are the part of the show.
Yeah.
And they are actually the human hands that,
Yeah.
as a symbol, show the eras
Innovation
and the steps.
and
Yeah.
the evolution of.
So all the way from the fire happened.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I can imagine how informative this is for the kids when they come. You have a lot of school students coming here. And this is, of course, Egypt, the pharaoh civilization.
Yeah.
Via images and this movement, they learn a lot.
It's kind of a fast forward throughout the whole history around the world.
I like the idea. I like the concept. This is China civilization. Their input in the human civilization.
And then we came to the moment
Leonardo
when
da Vinci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the Odysseys, the travels.
Yes. Look at the people here.
Yes. We always have a lot
It's
of
very
people
catchy.
gathering here. Yeah. Of course, the Arabic civilization.
Arabics, yeah. حللت كل مشكلة الكون في قار الصلصال المسود إلى أوج زحل وتخطيت قيود كل مكر وحيله فانحل أمامي كل قيد إلا قيد الأجل. Oh, it's nice is this in Arabic. Beautiful.
Of course, Leonardo da Vinci.
Ah, here Da Vinci.
And of course, the Vatican.
Vatican and the Roman Empire.
And then we come into the
Technology,
modern
right?
technology,
The modern technology.
the mechanization, the
And
globalization.
Industrial revolution. Einstein.
Einstein, the learning of atoms and smaller
Equal
materials.
MC. Modern cities.
Indeed. And of course now we're
Futuristic, right?
yes, we're looking into the future and the cities of future.
Vertical,
Yeah.
but green. And
Of course.
preserving the planet.
Of course, because we need
This is
to
the
focus
image.
on the nature nowadays. And only that way we can create the future.
Rosatom. I
Yes.
like this journey into the history of the whole world and the humanity.
Yes, it's very interactive, and that's what also makes our pavilion interesting for the guests of all ages.
Yeah. And you are taking us next to
The exposition called The Rabbit Hole.
you say rabbit hole, but I see shark.
Yes, the rabbit hole is a symbolic name, and because you dive into rabbit hole and keep falling in, and that's how you do with knowledge. So this exposition has two parts. It has the neurons right behind you. But the
Neuron. This is a neuron from
Yeah.
the brain.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have the heads of different animals And this
we
is
can see inside the neuron.
Yes, yes. You can learn about how the signal travels in our brain and get some anatomical information about how our brain works and creates ideas.
And we have the shark.
Yes. So this
So
part
what
of
do I
the
see?
exposition, you have camera and screen from two sides of the head, and it allows you to see the world through the eyes of a shark with an adjusted vision.
Oh, really?
So
So,
you see-
this is whatever the way I see is
It's-
the way the shark sees us. Right?
Yes, in real time.
In real time.
So as you can see, sharks are used to underwater, vision, and therefore they see in the darkness, and they have, of course, a special reaction to the light, because anything under the great depth of water should light up to them for them to sense it.
I understand now the concept. So beside the shark, what do we have also as animals?
We have the chameleon,
Oh,
the bee, a horse, and my favorite, the snake. Let me show you the snake.
let's go to the snake.
Interesting about the snake is that they don't see the world the way we do. They don't have that vision in a normal sense, but they sense the heat, and
The
that's
heat.
how they identify the objects.
There's a kid there.
Yeah.
I will wait for him. I don't
Yeah.
want to take his place. After he learns, I will go. I will wait for him. It's done. Yeah. Let me see how. Oh, wow.
Yes.
He really doesn't see anything.
Yes, they only sense the heat. Let me stand in front of it for
Yes.
you. See?
It's becoming red.
Yes, because
There's your
because my body temperature.
Emission of the heat. I never knew that this is exactly how a snake sees.
Yeah. That's why, they tell you not to move sharply in front of the snake so they don't sense
Now
the
I
extra
know
heat
why.
moving around. Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. Very informative. I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes.
So yeah,
Where-
the kids love it because
Yeah, I
they can
can
learn
see
from it,
that.
and I think it's quite fun.
And the neuron, every time there are different information here, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So this part is more academic and anatomical, and the heads are more for interactive learning.
Different things about the mind that we learn here as well. And that's why I think you have the centerpiece is the brain.
Yes. So all the stands, they kind of develop the theme, and they try to show our place in the universe and
Yeah.
kind of focus on our differences, but most importantly our similarities. And this is one of them, by the way.
What is this?
This is a stand called Degrees of Separation. Maybe you heard about the theory. It says that all of us in the world, we know each other through 6 handshakes or less.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know about it.
So, for example,
Yes. For
you
example.
can choose 2 people, and we're
Okay.
going to show how they know each other. We can choose the Russian poet Mayakovsky and Elvis Presley, for
Okay.
example, who definitely didn't know each
So
other.
Russia, America.
Yes.
So should I push?
You push, and here you can see how they are connected.
So Vladimir,
Mayakovsky
now
knew
Sergei.
Eisenstein, and Elvis Presley knew Sophia Loren, of course.
Sophia Loren. Okay.
Eisenstein met with Walt Disney, and Walt Disney, of course, met Sophia Loren, and they were seen together
Oh.
many times. So that's how these two
This is the
people.
connection.
Yes, they are connected, and anyone in the world is.
Interesting. I would love to have my name here another time
We
with
will work
someone
on this.
else.
We
Yes,
will work
please.
on this.
And the brain is the centerpiece, of course, of
Yes.
this exposition under the dome.
Of course, it is meant to show that all the great inventions that we are showing all around the exposition come from the human brain.
course.
Indeed.
I like
And this is,
It's changing the color.
yes, this is an interactive floor.
Yeah.
So the moment you step on it, it lights up because this is the abstract neurons that light up as if you had a great idea and your brain would
yeah.
light up with it. And they're gonna follow you.
Eureka.
Just try to walk around.
I am sure the kids are having blast here going
Kids
around.
going rounds and rounds and rounds.
Oh, beautiful.
So,
And the frisky is still here. I can see them.
Yeah.
The Vixie.
Yeah, the pixies are flying all around us, supporting the whole idea and thing. So as you can see, the theme of creativity goes through the whole pavilion.
Yes.
Starting from the exterior to cafes, to mascots, to the show, to the floor,
To the floor.
literally everything.
It's very colorful. I know it is dark pavilion, but somehow it's very colorful and
Yes.
joyful.
And now
Look at the
we're
kids
about
around.
to see actually
Yes.
what people come here for, the main show.
We didn't see the main show yet.
Yes, this was all just a preview and the smaller stands. I wanted to keep the best for dessert.
Okay.
And we're going to show you the different aspects of human mind, how our neurons work, and how, different minds or different aspects, they create our brain and make us unique and complex creatures that have no similarities in the world.
The mind is very complex, the mind of the human being, and everybody is definitely trying to understand and to go deep into the human mind. I think you are participating as Russia in this discovery.
Definitely.
Scientific.
To understand the world, we believe that we need to understand ourselves better, and that's what we're trying to do here.
I see counting down. Should we stay somewhere and watch?
Yes, we have actually a perfect
Here?
spot right
Okay.
here, and we're going to watch the show now.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Our brain is the most complex phenomenon in the known universe. That brings together mental and physical phenomena, the subjective and the objective. The human brain contains some 86 billion neurons, and each of them can have 10,000 connections. They make hundreds of trillions of contacts with each other. Any decent future for humanity can be summed up by just one word:
Cooperation.
cooperation.
Cooperation. Honestly, I learned a lot today, Yekaterina, and the centerpiece is really mind-blowing. I understand why things happen in my mind the way they happened. But let me tell you the one thing that I discovered today, besides learning a lot of things. When I picture emotion, the color that comes to my mind and in front of my eyes is green, and you pictured in green. That was very touching for me. I don't know why and how, but always when I picture emotion, it's in green. This is what I discovered today here.
I'm so happy. Oh, wow,
Yes.
this is, we didn't ask you in advance. We didn't change the show, but it's
Yeah, and I don't know how, but it's amazing.
But it also shows how, despite the fact that we're all different, we all kind of think similarly. We imagine and want similar things.
This is amazing. The journey is almost done.
Yeah.
Do we have one more stop to see?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
Shall we?
So now we've finished our tour.
Yes.
So where are you taking me to end this journey with you?
I think the nice final spot would be the Russian Post stand, which is
Post.
the only place at Expo where you can send home a postcard anywhere in the world. You can take one of our
Mail.
postcards.
Via mail.
Yes,
Oh, you're
all the
bringing
way.
all the way. Postcard. I like this. Russian Post. That's a very thoughtful idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
It seems so simple, but I think it's so touching.
It's very thoughtful and touching. Yes.
And you can send it even to yourself when you come home, or when the
find it.
yeah, and it comes
Good
to your
idea.
post.
I will send it to myself.
Yeah, feel free.
It's a good idea. I think this is a hit, right? Everybody wants to
Yes.
send.
Our ladies work non-stop. Everybody wants to send. Everybody sent 5, 7 cards to all relatives.
Oh my God.
And it's for
very
free.
nostalgic. Oh, it's for free.
For free, completely.
This is very good. Nostalgic to the mail. We have WhatsApp, we have any kind of emails, everything. But yes, we are missing those days that we write and put a stamp also.
Yeah?
Yeah, on the postcard. That is so nice.
Like,
Okay.
just a good memory of Expo.
It is. Quickly, there are nobody before everybody comes.
So which one do you prefer?
Fixie, Moscow. Fixie, of course. I'm in
Okay.
love with them now. So,
Maybe let's take this one.
yes.
You can fill it in.
I filled in to me. I will send myself. From me. So, where should I write the address?
Dubai Expo 2020.
Dubai Expo 2020. What's your name?
Sabina.
Sabina, thank you. This is my address here?
Yes.
Okay. Dubai.
Do you know the PO box?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
The
Yes.
stamp.
Should I write something for me?
Yes, sure. You can.
Okay, for everybody. Life is beautiful. To remind myself this.
Make it right here.
Are those special stamps?
Yes.
Do they
those are-
work outside also?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
These are the stamps from
Of
UAE.
UAE,
Yeah,
okay.
we have UAE Pavilion, sustainability, mobility,
mobility, al-wasl. I like Tera. Honestly, it's one of my favorite. More. Okay. I
Now
put
you
it.
just- yeah, you
put
just
it
put it
here.
here. And it is ready to be sent. And our team is going to send it to post.
I like it. I like the idea that you're having. Look at the queue behind us. Okay, I don't want to keep people. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sabina. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Thank you so much, Sabina. Thank you very, very, very much, Yekaterina, for this journey inside the Russian pavilion. I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. We're always happy to see you here.
Thank
Come
you.
again.
I will come again. I need you to stamp my passport next time when I come. Don't worry.
Of course.
I will come
perfect.
again.
We'll do that for you. Yeah.
شكرا لكم مشاهدينا على متابعة هذه الحلقة. جاءتكم اليوم من الجناح الروسي. الأسبوع القادم جناح آخر وضيوف كرام آخرين. تصبحون على خير.
And